Hello guys, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench. So today it's still Saturday the 29th of June 2024. You guys have been commenting in your droves, thank you very much, and every single one of you wants to see this built. And you all think it would be a great tribute to Jess. So basically let's get started. What I'm going to do, rather than do a time lapse and just all this sort of stuff and everything, and some crappy music in the background, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started on it. We'll probably do, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes, whatever. We'll get started and we'll look at how it all goes together, how the screwing system works, and you know, how it all goes together basically. And then what we'll do is we'll sort of come back when the legs are done, and then we'll come back when we're working on the belly, and I'm going to try and, you know, get the whole thing built in, I don't know, whatever time it's going to be. I don't know. They reckon 5 to 7 hours build time. They say it's got greater than 690 parts. I've actually counted the parts. I've been going through the bags and checking the parts, and I can tell you now that they give you lots and lots of spares. There are certain parts in here where you need 2, and they've given you like 5. You know, it's just ridiculous. So we're going to end up with lots and lots of spares. What I may well do at the end of the build off camera is take the back end of it apart, the top end of it apart, and try and replicate Jess with these bricks, because Jess had a big black circle on her back, and she had a big black circle around the base of her tail. So excuse me. So I may try and, you know, do some adjustments and see that, but I'll do that after I've built it, so I can just follow the instructions, and then we can sort of trade bricks. We can trade a bit of white for here, but I worry that we don't have enough white because Jess had a lot of white on her. Anyway, so there's all the parts there. I just wanted to show you, because a few of you have commented about having a look on the website and seeing if your particular chosen pet is there. That's some of the dogs they do, and I literally mean some of them. You can see we've got a Doberman there. There's that's like a big staffy, isn't it? There's a pug. I can't remember the name of those dogs. There's one of those rainbow meat. Look, a blooming lion. It's a gorgeous dog. There's a little sausage dog there. We've got a spaniel. There's an Irish Terrier. So yeah, there's lots and lots of different dogs that they do. That's beautiful. Look at that terrier there. That's a Schnauzer, isn't it? And as I say, they also do cats. So you can see there's. Oh, it's not a cat. I thought it was a cat. That's a dog sitting up on his back. I thought it was a cat. So yeah, they also do cats. They do fish. They do birds. They do all sorts. Go take a look at the website, jekca.com, and go from there. Anyway, there you go. There's the web address. Go and have a look in there and see if they've got the animal of your choice. As I say, this is not a sponsored video. They have not paid me a penny to make this video. So there we go. I bought this myself off of eBay. So we have, in this bag here, we have a screwdriver, which is a nice little thing with a rotating end on it, so it's easy to do that. They're only a 90-degree turn. And then we've got this card here, and this is basically to set the length of the screws that we need. So we've got a bag here which is full of screws, absolutely cram-packed full of screws. There's thousands of them in there, and we're going to be using those screws. And I think it's actually a very good system, because one thing I do know when I have built little Lego projects is sometimes they can be a bit fragile, and you sort of, you know, you move it and bits fall off and stuff. But with this screwed together, I think it should be very rigid. Particularly like here, the tail I think could be a weak area. The legs could be a weak area, but with these, and the ears, with these screws, it's going to be good. So I've been through and checked. We've got all the parts. As I said, there's loads of extras. If you count all these numbers up, you've got 697 actual bricks, and then you've got 1,443 screws. So, you know, we've got over 2,000, you know, 2,200 parts. So it's, you know, it's there's a lot to it, a lot to do. So what we're going to do, we'll have a look at the manual. We can put our bits and pieces to one side, and you can see this here. This blue is showing where everything goes, and it also shows the plane that it's all on. So this is basically the base. So what we're going to do, we're going to start here, and what we've got is this is the 6x2, sorry, 3x2. So you've got 3 along, 2 across, so they call that a 3x2, or yeah, they call it SB3x2. Okay, so that's the white, and then we've got the deep grey. It's not black, it's deep grey parts here, and then we do have black here for the eye parts, so we need to be careful that we don't get them all mixed up. So let's just make a start on this and see where we go. So what I'm going to do is fold this back so you can see, and the only reason I'm doing this, guys, is because you've all asked for it, and I think it's as you said, it's a wonderful way to memorialise Jess, I think. And when I do get another puppy, maybe they'll attack it. Who knows? We shall see. Or at least play with it anyway. So we need, let's get a bigger cut on there so we can get the parts out easier. There we go. Right, so we need a few of these. So we need 8 of those. There's 4, 5, come on, 6, 7, 8. There we are. Right, so there's 8 of those. I suppose if you wanted to, if you've got lots of pots, you could put all these into different pots. Maybe we'll do that a bit later in the build when we've not got so many bags. So what we've got to do is put 4 of those like that, or 2 of those like that, sorry, 2 like that, 2 like that, and 2 like that. So that's what the instructions is showing us. As you can see here, we've got 2, 2, 2, 2. So step 2 is to fit a 4x2 and a 4x1. So we have here are the 4x1s. Okay, so we can cut this bag open. As I say, this first part of the video is going to be a lot more detailed than the rest, because this is to sort of show you guys and also to teach me. So we need 4 of these, don't we? Yeah, 4 of these. And this is to show you guys and to teach me how this all goes together, because it's not the same as Lego. You have these screws as well. So there's the 4x1s. Here's the 4x2s, and I've been through these and checked them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So that's those. Right. So these are going to go. So we're going to have one on there like that, and they do clip together. So maybe you might choose not to use the screws. But, there we go. This is better than using glue, isn't it? And worrying about masking and painting and photo etch and all that rubbish. No, it's not. It's not at all, Nigel. Shut up. So there we are. Right. So, and as I said earlier in my video, you'll be pleased to know my mojo is returning. I'm starting to think about modelling again, which I haven't done for the last month. So that's that. So now what we're doing, we're going to use number 2 screws. So they're white. You can see in the instructions here, they're white screws. So we have this massive bag here. Are these all the same length? Okay, so I'm guessing that we're using lots and lots of number 2 screws. So I think what I'm going to do with these is dispense these into a container, because otherwise they're going to go everywhere. Okay, so I've dispensed those screws. As you see, there's literally over 1,000 of them. So you can see the screw is there in the tweezers. And that's really, it's like a little cam lock on the bottom. And we can see that this card is designed so that we can check to see that that is actually number 2. The first division is a 2. And I can put that screw there and you can see it's number 2. So those screws in there are all number 2. So where did our screwdriver go? There it is. So what it's saying here is to put 1 in each corner. What's going to happen here? So that's going to go in there. And then we're going to use the screwdriver, turn it 90 degrees. And that's going to lock it in place. So we're putting 1 there, 1 there. We've got 1 going in here. So you may choose to not use all of these screws, because I'm guessing this is going to become quite laborious. But if you want to take your time and enjoy the build and do it properly, because it's for Jess, then you'll probably do it all the way they suggest. we go. It's a shame Wendy's not still with us, because I know that she absolutely adored her little cat Poppy, and I've done that wrong. Look at that, straight away, first step, I've done it wrong. Yeah, I've done it the wrong way round. That one goes in that all there. I've done this one like the right front foot, or the right front paw, and it should be like the left front paw, and I'm guessing it's going to affect it because the way the screws go in afterwards, it's going to mess it all up, so we need to make sure we get it right. So there we go. There we are. And then that one can go in there. And then that one can go. Please come out. Sorry about this, guys, I've messed up. Come on, come out. Oh, for God's sake, come out. There we go. So that one's going to go in there. There we are. So wondering, could I have turned it around? No, it's still there. That's how they go. So basically they're all the same as this. So basically the right front foot is going to be like that, with a screw in that front corner, and then the left front foot is like that with the screw in the left in the rear corner. So that's exactly how it's going to go on all four of them. So I'm going to get those screws in and then we'll come back. All right, so there we go. So that is step 3 done, and you can see how this goes together. These are just like a 90-degree screw. They absolutely brilliant, just cam lock, just lock together, and then it's never going to fall apart, which is really good. And then you can see here step 4, they're showing us that's what we've just done. So green is what you've just done, and then the screws here are in. And now we're moving on to step 5, and we've got 2 3x2 or 4 3x2s, we've got 2 5x2s and 2 5x1s. So we've got the 3x2s here, which I've been using just now. So we want 4 of those. 1, there's 2 there, 3, there's 4. Okay, so we've got 4 of those, so that's going on like that. That's going on like that. Make sure we're keeping them the right way around with those 2 little singles on the outside. Otherwise that's going to mess up our screw patterns, I think. So that's going to go like that. So there we are, that's our left front, right front. And then we've got the 5x2 and the 5x1s for the back. So here's the 5x1s, 5x2s, sorry. So we cut that open and get 2 of those out. 2 of those, and where's the 5x1s? Is that them there? Yes, some of these I was able to check off without opening the bags. Some of them you have to open the bags because it's just nigh impossible to count them. So we want 2 of those. 1, 2. Of course you might end up just chucking all this in one big box and search through and find them, but we'll keep them in the bags for now. So that's going to go on the outside there. That one's going to go on the outside there. We're starting to build the back legs up now. So that one's going to go on the outside there, and that one's going to go on the inside of the rear right leg. So we've got Jess's rear right legs built up, so there's her paws. Right, so now we've got to add some screws. So it's telling us here to add some more number 2 screws. Okay, there we go. So we've finished step 6. And basically, as I said earlier, if you need to follow the pattern they're talking about for these screws, because as you can see here, the pattern that you do in the previous step affects where the screws go in the next step, because you can see here, if I try and put a screw in that corner there, it won't physically go in because there's already one in there. So so there we go. You may choose to build it without the screws, but I think it'll be quite fragile. So now we're going to go on 2 3x2s, 4 3x2s, 5 6 3x2s. So here's our 3x2s again. So I've got 4, 6 of those. Okay, so they're going to go one on there, one on there, one on there, one on there, and then in the front we're going to go one on there. So we're starting to build the actual, this is like where the paws come out in the front, and then we want some 3x1s. 3x1s, there you go. There's some 3x1s, so we'll cut the corner off the bag, and we want 2 of those. So we've got 1, 2, here we are, and they're going to go 1 there and 1 there. So now you can see we're starting to build up the hands, if you like, the fronts of the paws. So there we are, and now we've got to add more of these screws. So you can see here they're telling us to add more of these screws. So I'm going to go on and get that done, and then I'm going to go and get that done, and then I'm going to get those screws in, and we'll come back and see how it looks. So we've completed now page 3, so that's all that done, and you can see we've got these paws, and we're starting to move up the legs now, so we've got this sort of backwards slope going on. So turning over the page, it's just going to be more and more and more of the same. You can see here we've got 4x2s, 4x1s, and we're starting to build the legs inwards at the back now as well, and then we're going to add some screws and then add some more parts and go on. So I'll come back when I've got to there. Okay, so there we go. So that's step 18 completed. And you can see we're starting to get some resemblance of a dog's hind leg. There we go. So very good. Something I would seriously suggest, it's very easy to get lost, because like when you look at this, if I put this down there and come back to it tomorrow, it's going to be difficult to know where I left off. So I would seriously recommend getting yourself a pencil or a pen or something and crossing off the last step you did, and go from there, because otherwise you're just not going to know where you were. I mean, you're kind of looking at these parts and you're thinking, you know, is that there, or is that there? What is it? And I think it's going to be quite confusing. So yeah, very difficult to see where you were up to. So I'm going to carry on and do this page, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like when we finish stage 24. Okay, so there we go. We've done up to including step 24, and you can see there front legs, rear legs. You see we've got a lot of interesting shapes going on here. So that the back legs are just as Jess was when she used to stand there and bark. She'd have her back legs like a bulldog. Really funny. So there we go. So right, I'm going to call that a day for me, not for you. And I'm going to go and have a pint, and I'll come back to this tomorrow, but I'll be like that for you. Okay, welcome back, and as you can see now we're up to done step 37. So you can see we've got the hind legs here all done, and the front legs here we've actually started using some brown tiles and screws now. So there we go. So now we're moving on to step 38, which is building up this part of the belly. So I thought I'd get this on camera. The other thing I've done, I've used my Chinese takeaway pots and put the bricks in the pots. Makes it a lot easier to get out. We've still got a load in bags, but the main ones, the white ones, are in the pots. So we need a 5x2. So there's a 5x2. We need a 4x2 and a 4x1. So they're going to go on like, how's that going? Like that. And that one's going to go on like that. And then another couple of 4x2, so one on there and one on there. So that's that. And then we've got to put some screws in. And then we're going to add some, we can do this now actually. We've got some, what's that, 6s. A couple of 6x2s. Going down the sides like that. One there, one there. And then we've got a 4x2 going across the end like that, and a little 2x1 going across there like that. So now we've made her belly. Alright, so I'm going to get some screws in there so you can see we're basically working around here until we get to this bit here. So there's the belly part made up, and now we're going to attach that to there and to there, so we're putting our front legs together. So here we go, we're starting to actually build up what's looking like a dog. So we've got to put some more screws in here now. There we go, you can see now we've got the belly attached to the front legs, we've got all the screws in as suggested, and we built up some more on the back legs there. So we can see, get an idea now of the sort of size it's going to be, or she's going to be, should I say. So we've got more building up to do now, more screws and everything. I'm just going to put that down there. More building up here, more screws, more building up, more screws. So we'll get to step 44 and I'll come back and show you how it looks. Okay, so we've got up to step 45 and now we're going to start on step 46, and this is where we're going to actually join this thing together and make it into a little dog. So we have the front section here, you can see we've got some of the dark grey and the brown in there, so that's looking good. Bit of colour, we've got the white hind legs. So what do we need here? We need a 4x2. So there's a 4x2, and we need two 3x2s, so there's those two. So what we're going to do, we're going to join these together. So this is the, how's this going? So it's that sitting in there. Okay, so what we're going to do is put that on there like that, and that's going to go up under there, and then we're going to put that on there like that, and that's going to go up under there. So that's joining our rear legs together. Okay, and then we've got a 2x2 in the middle like that. No, I'm looking at this wrong. Okay, I've done this wrong. So what I've done wrong here is that should be out like that. That one should be out like that, and then that can go up in there, and that can go up in there. Right. So that's how that looks. Now we are going to put a 6x2 into there, so it's flush with the back of those. This is where these screws are good because it holds all this together, and this is where it's not holding it all together because it's all just falling apart. But that's because the camera's on, that's why that's happening. So that's going like that, and then that is going to go onto there like that. So now we have 4 legs, so we have a 4-legged puppy. Right, so we need to get all these bits here on, and then we can screw it all together. I think what I'm tempted to do now is put some screws in here to get this to stay together, because it's just going to keep falling apart. So I'll come back when I've got step 50 done. And there we go, so that's we've done up to step 50. I've got to put the black screws and the brown screws in, but you can see in this, what's nice about this screwing system is it makes it all sort of stronger. It's not totally rigid, it's flexible, which means it's stronger. If it was totally rigid it would snap. But yeah, very, very nice indeed. You can see how big it is. Sat on my hand there. So yeah, really lovely. So I'm going to carry on, and then I'll come back at some point and show you how we're getting on, and I'll just keep flashing back as we go through. Okay, we've completed step 66 now. As you can see, we've got pretty much all of her body together. Got a base of her tail there, sides of her body, lovely shape on the belly there, that's really accurate. Very, very nicely done. So yeah, really lovely little model this. I'm tempted to get the bigger one. So there we go, we've got the, this is the bottom of the neck now starting to come out of the front, and we're going to be in step 67, we're going to be bridging up the back here and then filling in the rear, so we're going to have a complete back. So then we'll be working on the neck, head and tail coming out like that, so I should imagine it'd be quite quick to get those bits done. I've been on this quite a few hours. They say 5 to 7 hours. I would say that's probably pretty accurate. I would seriously suggest getting yourself some pots like this. It makes life a lot easier. I've got some of the parts here still in bags, and it's so much easier to just have them be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know if I need a 2x6, there's that over there. I don't have to go and find the bag and get out and everything. So I would really recommend getting some pots or something if you're going to do one of these. But a lot of you have commented that you're going to go and get one, so that's great. And I hope you get one and enjoy it. I think this screw together system, it's a little tedious. As you can see, it's like a cam lock. Okay, so you've got this plastic screw. It's not a screw as such, it's like a cam. It goes in, you just get the screwdriver in there and 90 degrees, but it makes it so rigid. As you can see, it doesn't just come apart. Like Lego, if you did that, it would just come apart. So yeah, really, really good. So very happy with how it's going, and I think I'll probably get another one. I'm really enjoying this, to be honest. So I'll see you back in a minute. Hey, so we've reached an interesting part of the build. You can see we started a little tail here. I'm calling her because she's a girl. Okay. So yeah, we've got our little tail started here, and we've started on the neck, and we're getting on the we're going to work up towards the head now, which is, I think, is going to be the best part of the build. It's pretty beautiful, those little droopy ears. So you can see here, we've done step 79, so that's those around there, and I've put the screws in which are called for in the next stage. But here we're starting on this separate little piece, and you can see in the instructions we got this little, so we're starting here and going up and across and then down and across and then over and then up and then in. So this is actually, it looks like we're starting on the bottom of the head, the chin, the mouth, the beard, whatever you want to call it. So what we've got to do is start down here and work our way up. So we have a little right angled piece here, and then a 4 white, you can see there. So that is going to go like that. That's that. And then they're showing, like everything's doing in red, they're doing this in green. That's what you've previously done. And then we've got a 3 here, and that's going on like that. And then step 4 is telling us to put a screw in. So we've got our little tubs of screws. We've got one here. I call them screws. They're actually they're not screws, they're like locking cams. So it's telling us to put one in there. These are all number 2, so they're all the same length until we get a little bit further on. So that's step 4. And then step 5, we're going to get another right angle piece, which is here. We've got 2 of them here. So we've got another right angle piece, and then we have a 2, a single 2. So that is going to go on the end like that, and then that single 2 is going to go underneath, and then we've got a 2x2, which is going to go on there like that, and then we've got another one of these L section pieces. I don't have enough pots to put all my bits in. So that's kind of that, and then we've got another white screw going into there, and then a white screw going into there, and then a white screw going into there. It's worth really paying attention, guys, to the location of these screws, because if you get one wrong, it will mess you up right the way through, because all the way through you're sort of you can't put the screw in the wrong place. Now they're asking for number 3 screws. So number 3 screws, these are the longer ones here. So you can see now why I'm videoing this bit, because it's a bit interesting. It's a bit different from the sort of general, just building up the main body of her. So we've got assuming there's 2 here, so we'll get 2 of these out. There we go. So there's going to be 1 there, and come here, 1 there. So they're going to go in exactly the same as the others, just give them 90 degrees. And that's it. So that's that all locked together. And then we're coming down here and we've got a 6x2 white. So we've got a 6x2 going on here, and then we've got 2 2x1s, 1x2s, whatever you want to call them, and they're going underneath like that. So if you are building this exact same model, this may be a bit of a help if you're finding the instructions a bit confusing. And then we've got another pair of 1x2s here, and they're going to go in there. And now you can see in the instructions they're telling us here that it's black. Black. So the other parts are called deep grey. These parts are called black, so we need to keep these separate. So it's a 2x1. We'll get that one out. They've got this labelled as eye parts, but I think it's also mouth and nose parts as well. So that one's going to go in there, like so. That's a nice snug fit. And then we've got some white screws going in here. There's a number 2s. Oops, push that off there. This is the beauty of these screws. They go in like a cam and they lock everything together. And we've got another one going there and another one going there. Just give them a 90-degree turn, that's it. And then we've got 3 going in here, and these are the number 3s. So we need 3 of these out of here. So there's 1, 2 and 3. Okay, shake those and make sure we keep them in. So we've got 1 going there. We've got 1 going there. And we've got 1 going there. Right, so give those a turn. Same as the others, are 90 degrees. Give them a little cam lock, and then we want, I've got these bins all put together here. We want a black one to go in there. But it's not actually a black one, it's a deep grey. There we go, so that's that done. Or actually no, if we got black, we have black screws there. I'm going to leave that one in there for now. In fact, no, we'll do it properly. Let's do it properly, Nigel. Let's not mess around. This is for Jess after all. This is for the world's most famous fox terrier. She was a beauty, wasn't she? Hey, she was my little girl. Well, I say was, she is my little girl. She always will be. There will be another little girl come in, which I know some of you will be pleased about. This bag doesn't want to let me have these parts. Come on. There we go. Right. So that one's going into there. We'll give that a 90-degree turn. There we are. So yeah, we'll do this properly because it's for Jess. She would like it that way. She wouldn't have wanted it done any other way. So we've done that. We've done number 3s, and now we've got some 4x2 tans and some 2x1 tans. So I've got 4x2, 4x2. There's the 2x1s. I've put all the browns in one tub. I probably shouldn't have done that. I'm probably going to live to regret this. Or did I put the two? No, I didn't. I put the two by one. I put them all in one tub. So I'm going to find those and then I'll get that assembled and come back. I've just spent ages looking through that part for the 2x1 tans. And here they are. They're in their own separate bag because I didn't separate them out. So yeah, what a nice idiot. Right, so that's that. And we've got, so they're going to go, this is going to go, how's this going to go? So that is going to go like that. And that is going to go like that. And then these two are going to go under there. I'm covering this, guys, because I can imagine for those of you that are getting this and you're not really into your modelling or whatever, you might find it a little difficult to understand the instructions. So that's going like that. And then we've got another pair of 2x1 tans. We've got a pair of 2x1 whites. There we go. And we've got a pair of 3x2 whites. There. So these are going to go on here to help lock those into place. Just like so. And then we've got the two white 2x1s going on the outside, and then we've got the two 3x2s going in there. And that's it. So that's step 17 done. So now what we're going to do is put these screws in. So we've got tan screws going in here, 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 and here. Okay, so they'll go in like that. Like I say, 90 degrees. If they don't go when you first turn them, give it a bit of a squeeze, push it together, and it will go. Don't force them because you'll snap them off. And then we have white screws. We've got one in there. We've got one in there. One in there. Oops, I just pulled one out. That's gone on the floor. The carpet monsters had that one. And then, so basically it's like a sort of zigzag diagonal pattern going across. And then that one there. So then we come in with a screwdriver and we give it a 90-degree twist. There we go. So that's that end. Put the screws away because we don't want screws all over the dashboard, all over the dashboard, the bench. So that's at 18. Now 19 is a black part. So here we are, a bag of black parts. And that is a 1, 2, 3, that's a 6x2. So we've got a 6x2 black part here. And that is going to go like that. So it's got two pegs behind it. And then we've got a couple of 2x1s. In fact, we've got 4 2x1s, 1x2s, whatever you want to call them. And then we've got some brown 2x2s, or tan 2x2s, I should say. There's one now, I can see it. There we go, it's got the 2x2s. We have a couple of 4x1s, and we have one 4x2. So that one's going on there. These two are going on there, like that. These two are going on there like that. And there we are. So there we go. And then we've got to put some more screws in, and then we can fit it to the main body. So I'm not going to bore you with putting these screws in. I'll come back when I've got it on the body. Right, so we've got all those screws. We've got the black screws, tan screws, white screws, all done. So now we're going to fit this into here. So this is actually now, this is the beard, this is the chin of our little girl. So that's going in there. So we can turn over the page and we can see that we've got lots of screws to put in. So I've done these screws around here because that part was already done, but we've got some tan screws that are going to go in the middle section. So we've got one going in, very difficult to see what's what. So we've got one going, it's very difficult to see what's what here. So we've got one in there, I've done that. We've got one in there. We've got one in there. We've got, whoops, another one for the carpet monster. I've got a tan carpet as well, so I've got no chance of finding that one. And then that one's going to go in there. And then we've got one going in there. Go on, go in, you know you want to. And another one here which is already fitted. So we're going to basically give these the 90-degree turn, and there we are, they're already done. And there we are, so that's on there. And that is the lovely thing with these screws. I did see a video, a guy was doing a model, and he said, I don't want to use these screws, they're a pain in the bum. But honestly, it makes it really, really rigid, and as I've said a few times, it's very, very good. So now we're going to move on to this part. We're going to go through, put some screws in. So I'll come back when I've done step 86. And there we go. We've done step 86. We've also done step 87 because we've got the little screws in. But you can see now she's really starting to take shape, and we're starting to get some white on the tail, which is nice. Now Jess had a big black patch here. She had a black patch around her tail. This one has obviously got the brown. I would love to manipulate this and make it more like Jess, but I don't think we have enough whites, because basically all of this on Jess would be white, and just this area here would be black. So we don't have enough. I mean, we could airbrush it, couldn't we, if we wanted to, I guess. But I think the objective of this exercise is to have a little wire fox terrier on the bench, and just something to remember Jess by, you know. I mean, I've got memories and everything, obviously, but yeah, it's as long as it's a wire-haired fox terrier, it's fine by me. So I need to press on. We've only got a couple of more pages. We've got these few bits to do here, and then we go over the page. We've got these few bits here, and we're done. So it's not a lot to go now. So I'll see you in a minute. Hey, here we go. Look at that. That's bloody brilliant. They've really captured the fox terrier look here. It's absolutely awesome. Really, really nice. The eyes are gorgeous. The nose and tongue. It's just beautiful. So yeah, and this tail is going to be going. So very, very nice. So we're up to step 93. I'm going to cross that one out. As I've said before, if you didn't hear me say it earlier, if you're building one of these, I would seriously recommend, you know, even if you're just going to have your tea, cross off where you finished. Don't stop halfway through a stage, because it's very, very difficult to see. You know, you come back to this in 2 days' time, where am I? You know, I mean, it's a bit easier now at this stage, but when you're sort of halfway up the body, it's very difficult to know where you are. So yeah, I'm going to call it a day for this one for today, and then come back tomorrow and get some more done, get it finished off. But we'll get her finished off, should I say, because she's beautiful, really, really nice. I'm sure I'm going to go and get the bigger one, because this is like what's this? This is 6 weeks. This is about 6 weeks size. I think the other one is almost full size. So so yeah. So we've got to carry on with some more bricks, and then we've got this special little assembly to do for the ears. We're going to have those beautiful little droopy ears. If you remember, Jess had those gorgeous droopy ears, as all the Fox Terriers do. So see you in a minute. And there we go. So you can see we're starting on the ears now. We've got these little bits in. You can see the face is lovely, isn't it? Those eyes are so well depicted with their like really big fluffy eyelashes. But very, very nice. Okay, so I thought I'd kind of show you this because this is the ears. So we've got a 2x1 and a single going on there, and then we're going to put come here, I've got no bloody fingernails. I'm going to put a screw into there. Excuse me, that's my stomach rumbling. And then we've got a triple going on the top there, a 3x2. And we're going to put a single screw into there. That. So that is our right ear done. So that's going to go onto there like that. And then no doubt, yeah, we're going to put a screw into there. Okay, and then we're going to do the other side. So we've got a 2x1, we've got a single. Going to put a screw into there. And then that one's going to go onto there like that. I'm going to put a screw into here. Just like so. And then we're going to pop that one onto there. And we're going to put a screw in there. And a screw in there. And another one come here. In there. There's one in there, one in there, one in there, one in there. So give these a 90-degree turn. No, that one's obviously not going to go in there. That one's obviously going to go into there. Yes, it does. Doesn't that look lovely? Hey, bloody gorgeous, isn't it? We come over the page, and then we've just got a couple of 3x2s. They give you loads of spares in this set. So we've got a couple of singles, one there and one there. So that's going to go like that, that's going to go like that, that's going to go on there, that's going to go on there. This is looking wonderful. And then we've got 6 screws to go in, so I'm going to do those and then I'll come back and we'll get it finished. Okay, so there we go, we're done. There she is, looking absolutely gorgeous. Really, really beautiful model. Very nice indeed. I would thoroughly recommend these to anyone who's a dog fan. You know, you could look at that, you can see, just see that's a Fox Terrier, can't you? You can see that's a wire Fox Terrier at a glance. So yeah, very, very clever. I'm very tempted to get the bigger. It looks like they do 3 sizes, S, C and H. So small, I don't know, and huge, I don't know. But look at all the spare bricks. There's a bag full of them there. There's those black parts, there's all those tan ones. So yeah, really good. You could probably make something out of that. So I mean, all these spare pins as well, loads of spare pins. So yeah, fair play to them. Very, very good model, very enjoyable, thoroughly recommended. And as I say, I'm not attached in any way whatsoever. I bought this from a seller on eBay. So there we go. Really, really lovely. Highly recommended. Beautiful, beautiful, and very, very, feels like I could stand on it. It's very strong. Even, you know, even the head and neck, it's very strong. And the tail, look, it's absolutely brilliant. Well done, Jekca, whatever you're called. Really lovely model. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe just there. I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. And by the way, what a great tribute to Jess, hey? Wonderful. Bye.